Hi everyone, good morning. Today we are at Bryce Canyon National Park. It is 22 Fahrenheit, which is below 32 below freezing temperature. It is cold. It's probably like -6 degrees or -5 degrees out here right now. That's why I'm wearing my hoodie in the car, trying to warm myself up. So in the day, Bryce Canyon will get a little bit warmer. I don't know exactly what temperatures will we see, like maybe 50, we'll see maybe 60 if you're lucky, or 40. I'm not exactly sure, but we are going maybe 5 minutes away from the National Park Visitor Center, and at Bryce Canyon, it, there are a lot of hoodoos, these rock formations that look very beautiful. They look magical, and they have the most concentrated hoodoos out in the world too. And the colors of them are also pretty stunning. It's very magical. Today I'm thinking of doing an a hike called 8 figure hike. It should be 4 to 5 hours around the amphitheater area. Amphitheater is where like the main Bryce Canyon hoodoos are. I'm excited. I also got Microspikes because we're hiking this in winter time, and you're like starting from the rim, and I heard that like the sometimes, like most of the time in winter, it's pretty icy out there, so we don't want to fall and damage ourselves. We want to be safe, so you can actually rent Microspikes across like different parts. Like there was a general store right before the national park, the not the general store, but like the Robesian, where you could rent from an adventure shop there, or you can actually rent them inside the park as well. There's a shop that rents them, but I decided to purchase mine because I had used microspikes before in previous hikes in different places. Back then, I had rented, but it seems like okay, this is something that I have needed multiple times, and I'm willing to travel and also in winter go to places where I will need microspike. So I thought for me it makes sense to make an initial investment and get one myself, so that I don't need to deal with renting or what time is the shop gonna open and close. Because
In
the
800
shop
meters,
at the
turn right onto
main
Bryce
was
Canyon Visitor Center.
opening at 18, but now we're gonna come to the visitor center. So I'm gonna stop recording. I'll see you guys in the day at Bryce Canyon. I'm pretty excited. This is our day 3 of the national parks, day 4 of our full trip. Goodbye. Hi, we're at Bryce Canyon, Sunrise Point. As you can see, sun is up there, facing towards the east. It's around 8:45 a.m. I think. It's a bit cold, that's why I have like 3 layers on. And we're gonna do the 8-figure trail. It's gonna take like 4 or 5 hours. We're gonna go down into the amphitheater where all the hoodoos are consecrated. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be amazing. Normally there's much more snow here in this area and it's more icy, but this season the west coast didn't get as much snowfall. All the snow went to east coast. East coast has been doing the very difficult job trying to survive amidst very harsh winter conditions and a lot of snowfall. But in West Coast, it has not been the case. It has been a much less dry year in terms of snowfall for West Coast. So normally in winter you would have these like covered in snow, and it looks very magical. Still magical, but I mean, at least it's not going to be icy, so the trail itself is going to be easier for us to make. But yeah, we'll catch you up there. Look at this gorgeous view.
It is so beautiful. Look at it. It's getting warmer. We're descending in it. So if you imagine we started up that point. Look at this. So beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty spectacular.
Hi, good morning. It's really spectacular. And I like this hike. You see, you're like by these things. Very, very cool. Now we're gonna go through a very cool spot. See this area? Hey, we have a door. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's me, Batuan. Cringe level, super max cringe level. It's actually very sick, very cool. I really liked it. I think they made it. I'm not sure if it was like made naturally because it looks pretty smooth. Probably they made it for the hike. Maybe initially that was a smaller one. They made it afterwards. And if you look at those ones, like those ones are pretty cool. You see, like the bottom, it's kind of like a very elongated cone structure. It's like it kind of looks like a horse's dick. A little bit savage similarity, probably. But oh my god. So from top, this looks really cool. But from bottom, look at this. It's even much more cooler. They're so grand. Okay, we're gonna pause the recording for now. It's been an hour since we started hiking. We did from Sunrise Point to Peekaboo Trail. Now we started the Peekaboo Trail, so this is gonna be probably another 2-3 hours. I'm gonna go down and then go up again. As you can see all the hoodoos back up there. Very gorgeous. I've taken so many pictures, so I'm not gonna keep taking more pictures because there's so many of them out there and they're so beautiful. So basically we're gonna do a loop and then we're gonna come back there and there, meaning there. That's where the Peekaboo started. And once we come back, we're gonna go up to Sunset Point. So going up to Sunset Point from here, there are two different paths. One is called the Wall Street. I think that is more the sexier, cool, more popular, cool one. But in winter, they close it off because it gets very icy out there. This year, as I said, snow didn't fall as much, so probably it's not as icy. But they're just used to closing it out every year, so it's closed out now as well. Maybe sometime we come in the summer, we're gonna see it. And let's see how this Peekaboo Loop Trail goes. Today I'm going slower than the past couple days. And the main reasoning for that is that there's like a few hikes in Bryce Canyon, but the major one that people do for like half a day is the 8-figure trail, and that's the one I'm doing. Other than that, there's a short one, Beer Still Cone, that I can do at the end. I maybe go towards the south, the scenic drive, towards the end of there. And that one is just like a pretty short one. It's a little bit icy out there, so I'm gonna put on my Microspikes according to the park ranger there. But yeah, today I started a bit earlier. I ate a really good breakfast and I want to a little bit enjoy and rest. Past couple days have been pretty intense. Feels like I'm always chasing. Kind of a little bit wind down. Today this hike is long, it's 4 or 5 hours. But if I get extremely slow and just chill, even if it's 6-7 hours, it's okay. I have a lot of time today. Today is Super Bowl Sunday. People will be watching it. It started at 4:30 p.m. I'm not a very big football fan, and this year's teams, I am a big fan of. This year, Patriots and Seattle Seahawks are playing. I did live in Boston, and I normally should have supported New England Patriots, but I don't know. I mean, football is a fun sport, but it's just so long, and throughout the season I have not been following it, and I'm on this trip. I'm mostly by myself, so it's not a big deal. Probably, though, I would like to watch the second half at a bar in this area, around the inn that I'm staying at, around the Bryce Canyon. One of the reasoning for that is just, it's always lively to see other people enjoying the game, even though I don't follow it that much. It's fun to see other people. Wow, look, this area is very green. And we also see some little snow that we didn't see on the other parts. And hopefully we find a decent bar where there's gonna be exciting cheers. And after the second half, I might come back into the national park to see the night sky, because they advertise it a lot that this area is one of the best night skies out there. You can see all the way Milky Way, because there's not a lot of, what's this, horse trail that way, Peekaboo Loop that way. I am guessing. Let's also see Where should we be? Okay, where am I? Oh, I'm using all trails. I'm not sure if you can see it, but yeah. Okay. Ah, I see. So this way is left that way, but we want to go this way. And we're going to start the loop. We want to do the loop clockwise. Clockwise according to which way you're looking at it, but clockwise will be this way. So we're going to start from the left side, right? The good thing is clockwise, even wherever you look at it, it's the same. So we're gonna do the loop, and yeah, it's apparently has to have really good night sky. So maybe after the game I'm gonna come back here, see the sky a little bit. After that, drive to Torre, where the motel I'm gonna stay at is, close to Capitol Reef National Park, because that is the third park that we're gonna visit in Utah. And from my talk, my breathing, you can understand that we are climbing. It's a little bit steep. So because of that, I'm gonna stop talking, keep another recording for a few minutes for you to enjoy the nature. And we're gonna get back to it afterwards. Erosion. Okay, I think I need some encouragement to keep me hiking the steep, even though I have to use my breathing control. I'm gonna do a march from my scouting group back from high school to get me pumped up. Uğrunda uyman her neferdi, şanlı Sakarya'ya candan söz verdi. Uğrunda uyman her neferdi, şanlı Sakarya'ya candan söz verdi. Kar fırtına bora sükun bulacak. Sana yıldırımlar selam duracak. Kar fırtına bora sükun bulacak. Sana yıldırımlar, sana yıldırımlar saracak. Her yerde inlesin gürleyen sesi. İstanbul yıldızı erkek lisesi. Her yerde inlesin gürleyen sesi. İstanbul yıldızı erkek lisesi. Kar fırtına burası kim bulacak? Sana yıldırımlar, sana yıldırımlar selam duracak. Kar fırtına burası kim bulacak? Sana yıldırımlar, sana yıldırımlar selam duracak. Yel 17, yel 17, oley. Yel 17, yel 17, oley. Yeah, this is like my high school chant. One of my high schools and my scout organizations, because the scout organization I partook belonged to my high school, and I went to a high school. As I said, that was pretty good public, and it is pretty historical. It's dated like for 100 years. Even at First World War, we had our high school students going to the war and passing away as martyrs because they were not trained well and they just wanted to support the Ottoman Empire. I mean, their country, to defend from Allied forces or Axis forces. I don't remember the names. The factions in First World War and Second World War. But yeah, those kids were a bunch of young kids, 16, 17, 18. They just went to war. They died saving their country. It feels so weird to me, right? Because I immigrated to a different country because I thought opportunities and freedom in my country was not great, and I had this opportunity to go somewhere else. But these kids, they didn't have that kind of setup. They only knew their country, and they felt the need to support it because that's what was happening, right? There's no other way. You fight when you need to fight, especially for the common folk. Common folk, the regulars, they don't want wars. Nobody wants wars. Nobody wants to die. Maybe they want economic prosperity, freedom, and all that stuff, but they don't want to be destroying other countries, fighting with them. It's more of for common folk. It's a defense mechanism, right? You want to defend your country. You want to protect your land. You don't want other people to take it and invade you and rape your family, rape kids, kill them, slaughter them. You don't want that. You just gotta protect what you can protect. But yeah, for me, I feel conflicted because on one point I feel like I have to go back to my country and do my best to save it. Protest, support communities with the income I earned in US and help them out, educate there, show them what kind of potential that we have and how we can make it better. But at the same time, if I go there and try to do all these things, I don't know how successful I will become and where I can have success and have a good life in US. That just feels so much easier for me to stay in US and not do the fight in Turkey. It's kind of sad. I mean, I'm supposed to be one of the young people who have an understanding and who knows what freedom feels like and how we can provide for people. And you know, I'm an engineer. I can improve the technology of Turkey, educate people. For that, but it's difficult. It is very difficult making these choices. But as you see, wow man, it's so beautiful out there. Not sure what can I save, what can I not. I want to fight and protect other people to my best extent, but human nature, you want to protect yourself too and make sure you survive. How do I keep that balance? How do I survive myself while being able to protect yourself, others? It's kind of, I see it more as a situation of like an airplane oxygen mask, right? You have your kids, you need to put the oxygen mask to your kids to save them, but first you have to make sure that you are safe yourself so that you can save them. You have to put the oxygen mask to yourself. I feel that's kind of what I'm doing here in US. I'm kind of putting the oxygen mask to myself, finding a way for me to gain power, influence, money, community, so that I can put the oxygen mask to the kids later on. And whether it's going to be in Turkey, whether it's going to be in US, I don't know. But I'll do that. The future generations, I want to encourage them. I want to help them out. I mean, I'm only 27. I have lots of years to go. But even when I see these high school kids like doing road trips like yesterday, not high school kids, early college, first year, I wanna mentor them. I wanna help them out. I want them to feel encouraged. I told them, hey, don't listen to other people. Do what you gotta do, and enjoy it. Make life work. You know, those kind of things. Help people out. Maybe it's a lot of cliche things. Maybe that's what all these like 70, 80-year-old people feel. Because we hear our grandparents telling all these stories and exchanging things, and they give advice, and we're like, okay. But yeah, actually, it is important. It makes sense. Like we might not be paying attention, but there's the experienced life and to some extent wisdom in their words. And don't take this as every old person is correct. We should always listen to them. No, I mean they have their own experience, which might not be the same experience as you had, but you should still listen to them, understand what kind of things they went through, what were their reasons, how their life was shaped the way they are. For example, my grandfather, he migrated from Yugoslavia to Ottoman Empire, and he worked in factory for like almost 40 years. And you listen to his stories, his life, even though he came from a wealthy family initially, they took their wealth because he had to, political reasons, they had to flee the country, and they started new in Turkey. And for him, it was a lot of life struggles in terms of like getting financial freedom and paying for the bills, supporting for your family, making sure they get education, making sure they get integrated in the society in Turkey. And he's a very kind of rigid guy in the sense that he's like just to more and more to himself, and just gets the job done kind of mindset. But because that's how his life had shaped him. And in addition, like I have an uncle who is mentally kind of disabled, and he needs to be taken care of. And my grandfather did that for many, many years, and my grandma helped out, but my grandma passed away almost 10 years ago. And my grandfather, he just like for the past 40 years of his life had been a caretaker. And you just cannot trust anybody else to make that happen, because it's very difficult another person to come in and like support that level, the level that he would be doing for his own kid. But it took a really big toll on him because he couldn't live maybe the lives he wanted to live in. He just had to be both a financial provider and a caretaker. But I respect him. Whatever he felt that he needed to do, he did it well. And the family prospered. All the kids are great kids. And my grandma also helped out a lot. My grandma was more of the social cogwheel. She brought the energy. And, more social vibes. Made sure the kids are having a great time. Yeah, I respect them a lot. And that's my goal. Hopefully, I get to live a fulfilled life in any way that life forces me to do. And my kids, my grandparents, kids, other people around me, my society, my community, they just remember this is how I live my life, and they respect it. I mean, even if they don't respect it, I still respect it myself, so that's what matters at the end. But still, you wanna in some way have a legacy so that you kind of live beyond your years of physical life. Yeah, I guess that's why all these tech CEOs want AI and intelligence to be stored in digital context, so they want to store themselves as human beings, but that's a separate topic. For now, hope you enjoy the conversations, and yeah, I'll see you at another point. Hi, we're halfway on the Peekaboo loop. Now, as you can see, we get really great views. And if you see further out there, there's like a natural bridge over there. That window area, there are two of them, I think. I think that one is the natural bridge. I'm not sure. There's a place called Natural Bridge here. I'm guessing that's the one. Because that looks like a natural bridge to me on top of it. And yeah, from here you can go to Bryce Point, but as you can see, it's closed for the winter. We got beautiful hoodoos around this area. So these hoodoos also exist in Turkey, in I believe Cappadocia region. Like, we call them fairy chimney. We don't call them hoodoos, but they're pretty similar. At the top layer, some harder rocks, and then bottom, some softer rocks. And now this kind of like shape. Ours is a little bit bigger, wider. These ones are like thinner and taller, but it's pretty cool up there as well. I've only been there as a kid. I haven't been there maybe like in the past 15 years. So next time I go to Turkey, I want to visit there. Just in the summer, it gets really hot out there, so I don't want to go in the summer. Oh, gorgeous views up there in that area. Really gorgeous this way too. I don't want to go much in the summer because it might be too hot, and I might not be able to walk as much around there. But typically I go to Turkey in summer or winter time. In winter time, my family friends might not come because it might be too cold for them to see. We'll have to figure it out, because when I go there, I don't want to go by myself. Like, given that it's my country, I have a lot of people who are my family friends, and I'm only there for a short period of time. My goal is to generally maximize the time I spend with them. So I would love to go with some of them to Cappadocia. Typically what we do is, like, in the summertime, we go to Fethiye, which is where my grandparents' summer house is. It's a lovely place, very beautiful. You have Blue Lagoon, you have Babadha mountain, which means like Father Mountain, and from there people do paragliding. A few years ago I went with my ex-girlfriend. We did paragliding there, and also with one of my best friends. All three of us. It was a beautiful experience. Highly recommended. Like, probably top 10 life experiences paragliding. For me, it just feels like you're up in the air, sitting on the couch in the Volt's living room, and you're just enjoying the Volt's TV, beautiful views, and that area, as I said, has the Blue Lagoon next to the mountain that you jump. So you actually land on the beach and you get to see all the Blue Lagoon, and there are a lot of like forest areas there, lots of trees, pine-like trees, Mediterranean Turkish style pine trees, and oh man, it's so absolutely stunning. Highly recommend it. And like in the summer, because I go, like my family friends also want to do a vacation, summer vacation, go to the beaches, so that's what we mostly do. But in the next couple of years, I want to change things a little bit. I want to do more interesting organized trips in Turkey. One of the regions I want to go is the Black Sea region. There's a lot of beautiful forests there, and you have a place called Sümele Monastery, a really famous site, probably UNESCO World Heritage. I want to visit those regions, and also now you see the microspikes that we will need. Haha, look at it. Okay, so imagine, normally it's supposed to be like this. Will we be able to cross it? I think instead of putting on my microspikes, because I'm lazy and this might be the only place where we'll need it, I'll cross from this side. I see some opening. Let's cross this safely and then we'll continue talking about it. Let's see. Oh. Wow, it's frozen. Yeah. It's not too bad right now. There's more actually. I think we can do it. I don't think it's that bad. Ooh. Okay. That area is definitely gonna be very slippery. So let's go the safer route without the microspikes. Yeah. So imagine a lot of the trail being like this in the winter. It's supposed to be like that. I don't think it has to be this level of icy. Probably this is one of the most because it has water flowing. But imagine some kind of ice on these steep trails. Yeah, my brother's coming back to the Black Sea region. My brother's wife, Elif, she is also from Black Sea region. Our family is from there, so I think it would also be pretty cool to go there, interact with their family members, and get to see the local culture, enjoy it a little bit more. I think that one will be more fun. And some other parts of Turkey that I haven't visited that I should go is more in the eastern regions. Diyarbakir is one, lots of culture, cool place up there. Another place there, okay, I think this is the restrooms. Another place that I want to go is Gaziantep. They have like really good food and a lot of beautiful baklavas. Look at this, one of the most beautiful restrooms out there. So cute, isn't it? Human and nature all together. I'm gonna take a photo. And Diyarbakir, lots of great food, lots of baklava. Let's see, let's get it a little bit closer. It's probably not the best photo I'm taking because I'm gonna drop the GoPro so that I can take beautiful pictures. Hopefully this turns out well. The pickup part is from the trees getting there. Oh, okay, more photos out there. Oh yeah. cool. Really, really nice area. Sometimes I just want you to see me in the videos, that I do exist. I'm not just a talking voice. I want to go to Gaziantep. Beautiful, like delicious food. I want to go to more interior Turkey, places like Konya, because I haven't traveled a lot in Turkey, mostly western regions, Istanbul, the summer beach vacation areas, all the way to Adana. I've been Antalya, Muğla, Denizli. I've seen the Pamukkale Travertine, hence the white cloud lake formations. I've seen Ephesus, but I want to go more east. It hasn't been that easy because my family didn't travel as much to eastern parts of Turkey or the central parts of Turkey when I was growing up. And even in my high school, we didn't make many trips outdoor. Our scout organization would go to places in the western regions because they were closer by, and we would depart from our high school with a bus. So you can't go all the way to the east of Turkey with a bus. You can go, but it will take a really long trip, which you didn't have the time. But now that I'm a grown up, I want to visit those regions. And I kind of feel bad in Turkey, even though it's not a crazy big country lengthwise. It's big enough. We have a lot of diversity, diverse regions. A lot of things happen more for the mainstream media in Ankara, Istanbul, Izmir, Adana, more of the major cities. And probably like 40-50% of Turkey population is like around those. So people from these areas ignore the rest. You can imagine it in the US being like New Yorkers or East Coast people ignoring interior US, West Coast people ignoring interior US. Similarly, for that, and yeah, I think I'm gonna put on the Microspikes. It feels like the icy parts are starting to happen. So let's do that and get to see how we do it. Let me put this a little bit lower so that you get to see it. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm glad I didn't end up in a different area. So these are Microspikes. Actually, let me put all these cold weather things at the bottom of the backpack, so you're not going to be using them as much. It has been very warm enough for us, and I want to be able to access my food items in case we need them. And yeah, the dirt, not dirt but soil here is very easy to get on yourself from my backpack. If you see, it's fully become so. I'm not sure if you guys can see because of the incline. Sorry for that. Okay, now I think probably better. Okay, this is the Microspike. Yeah. So you see, general goal is you put these. It gives you traction. This is literally the same as when you put chains on your car. Literally same logic. Let's do it. didn't do it very well, but we'll make it happen. Okay, because we didn't adjust it perfectly. Because of the slope. Oh, okay. Come on. Okay, not much better. Now we made the line. This is the other one. The bag. Actually, the bag. I'll put it in my fanny pack. And then what I'll do, I've been using my whisper voice for some time. Not sure if you guys hear me very well, but I'm gonna try to be more loud. I just don't wanna have other people around, but they're not really that people, so. Okay. Okay, I think this is good. So now, you see, we have some traction, Microspikes, and we can continue our journey. Oh, lots of traction, I can feel it. I've used them before in Mount Monadnock in New Hampshire. My friend Momo joined me there. He was kind of scared climbing up a mountain in winter. Let's see how it feels like. Okay, yeah, it's good. We can trap into the ice. Yeah, normally, definitely, we would have slid, but with these spikes, we can make it work out. Yeah, imagine that. That's like, imagine most of the trail being like this. Okay, I'm also not very used to this kind of landscape, so I don't want to do it that much. And see, safe and sound. It was this simple. I'll keep them on for now, but let's see if we encounter other more spots like this. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Look at the sun. I have sun glare. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that process. That was cool. That was fun. I'll keep them on a little bit in case we have another one coming up, and then eventually I'll remove them. It will give more fraction. Okay, let's see. I wonder if I should put them out. Okay, let's go for now. I'll still keep them just in case. But yeah, hope you like this so far. We have another sign there coming up soon. That was pretty smooth actually on that ice with the Microspikes. I felt the traction very well. Okay, getting closer to the natural bridge, I guess, or maybe not, I don't know. I guess that's the wall of windows benchmark. It's the wall of windows, not the natural bridge. My bad, or it could be the natural bridge, I'm still not sure. But yeah, I'll pause here for now. We have been talking a lot. But yeah, I want to go to Turkey, explore other regions. I've traveled so many places in the US. It feels weird not going to different regions in Turkey to understand the people, get to see the communities, local nature and culture better. So that's one of my plans in the next 5 years. Okay, bye. Okay, I want to show you something. So we came from down there, climbed up the switchbacks, lots of hoodoos, beautiful places, and now see this beauty. We are going through it, coming up, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it. Look at this. Yeah, it is so gorgeous. So beautiful out here. So beautiful. So beautiful. Look at this. Amazing. I'm just gonna leave you to this beauty for some time and not talk, so you understand the calmness.
This would be a great mountain biking path.
It would be.
No fun to come up though.
Definitely not fun. Gotta take lots of breaks. Have a good one. Beautiful. We are climbing up the sunset point now. It's very, very steep. Lots of switchbacks. Getting closer to the end of the trail. Hi. Oh yeah, look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful views. It's crazy. So spectacular. Look at all these switchbacks. And now we are risen above. Almost coming back to where we started. We started somewhere down there. at Sunrise Point. Now we're climbing to Sunset Point. Actually, you can see where we came from, like that path over there, like a zigzag. That was the Sunrise Point coming down. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, getting there. This is the Wall Street area. It's magnificent, gorgeous. So many different hulus all over the place. They look so uniform, so each one is very unique, but overall so uniform. Just like us, humanity, each individual very different than any other one. Every snowflake is very unique. Every human is very unique, yet when we are all grouped together with some similar patterns, culture, similar lifestyles, similar regions, we get coupled together. And once we stand all together, we look in uniform. Even though our individual differences happen, general similarities combine us together. I wish this was the same for all humanity, all human beings. As I always say, but anyways, very beautiful. Now we gotta go back. This was a little window that I used to take a look. Now this goes down to the Wall Street side of the trail from Sunrise Point, but in winter, at least right now, like this part is closed, so we weren't able to come back from down up using this way. We used the different path that I had just shown you. It was also pretty steep and was very beautiful, and you can see the Wall Street sign up there. We used the two bridges path instead. And this is the view. Gorgeous. Yay, we made all the way back up. We reached the Sunset Point. Now we're going back to Sunrise. Beautiful, beautiful areas. I'm at 3 hours 30 minutes, 6.59 miles, 1350 feet elevation gain. And I didn't rush it that much. Once I go to Sunrise Point, probably it will be 3:45. But throughout, I just enjoyed it, didn't rush it. So if I rushed it, maybe I could have made it in 3 hours. So my recommendation, if you're fit, average would take like 3 to 4 hours if you're like pretty fit or like used to hiking. And for me, it was not winter conditions as much. It was not icy. So if it was icier, it would have probably, even if you're fit, if it's icier, you'll slow down a bit and maybe you'll do 4 hours. I mean, this is assuming that you're enjoying the environment. And if you're not fit or have difficulty with steep, not used to hiking that much, like if you want to enjoy it, take breaks, I would recommend between like 4 to 5 hours. And if you're very unfit or like, you know, have physical disabilities, maybe like six hours. Yeah, it wasn't an easy hike, but it was totally worth it. had a great time. Now off we go. Hi, a long time no see. I've been pretty tired today. I think all the traveling is catching up to me. Also, the almost 4-hour hike we did in the morning got me so tired afterwards. When I ended it, I was still had energy, but then when I get in the car, ate some food, sugar crashed down Napa, and the sun was shining, and I've been pretty tired. Oh wow, cool bird. But now we are at Bryce Point. I actually went through the southern scenic drive, looked at a lot of the viewpoints, but now we're back in the Bryce Point area. This also has like gorgeous views of the Bryce Canyon. Yeah, all I want to do is get in a bed, sleep for a few hours, but I'm not going to be able to get that. There's Super Bowl, I want to check out the bar, and also I want to go to Capitol Reef, which is 2.5 hours, so I won't get sleep easily today as the previous days. What will solve my problems will be coffee. A coffee will help. I didn't have much coffee today. Yeah. Look at this. So beautiful.
Do it.
I want to come back to this place again in winter again when there's actually snow on them. I think it's, from the photos I see, it looks very magical. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. It's actually sick. It's actually sick. This is crazy. And we were inside of it. Dude, this is crazy.
I'm not gonna. It's just a moment to have some judgment. Just think about the thing you do. That's not even working, Shelby. You gotta be motherly in a better way. You gotta say, you gotta do reverse psychology on her. If that's what you feel like doing.
Your first help fire.
Okay, that'll do it right there for me. Okay. Hey, there's the alligator again. I don't really think that's the alligator. It looks cool. It's the only thing I've seen that looks like an alligator. I was gonna get you guys with it. I have not. Well, I have to get real far back because you're not very close to it. Take one step to the left and do that again. Now do it. Not one more step. You got farther away again. When are you going to be home, Mom? Where's dinner? Sunday dinner. Hey, how are you?
Okay, we are done with Bryce Canyon. We've done all the viewpoints. It was very beautiful. Bryce Point viewpoint, I think, was the best after the sunrise and sunset. Other ones were also really nice. Like Farview was pretty good. Swamp Canyon was nice. At the end, your Rainbow Point and your Rainbow Point were also pretty good viewpoints. But there are quite a lot of viewpoints, so it takes a really long time seeing all of them. I would say once you do sunrise, sunset, then Bryce Point is a must. Like you cannot skip Bryce Point, because it was winter time. I couldn't do party of view. Inspiration Point was good, but like Bryce Point was better in view. And the last one, Rainbow and Yowimba together at the end. I think those are the ones that you should not skip in terms of viewpoints. And I also recommend that first you do the hikes into the canyon and you get to see how like big the scale, the size of it compared to you in person. the hoodoos, and then after that go to the Bryce Point and see amazing stunning views where you see so many different hoodoos all together. Yeah, that's my recommendation. Overall, I think it's like an S tier national park in terms of like the uniqueness, the beauty of it. You got beautiful trees, forest vibes, and you also have the cliffs. It's just like the hoodoos. It's just so pretty. Highly recommend everybody. I actually like it more than Zion in terms because it's much more unique. Zion I felt like was really nice, but if you go to Yosemite, it's kind of similar vibes. It's just the red cliff version because of the Navajo sandstone. I mean, in different seasons, probably like I go to the best season if we saw more waterfall happening. Might have been better, probably for Zion. Whereas in Yosemite, I had seen like the waterfalls, but I think it's just very special. Bryce Canyon for me. That's how I felt. And like between like these three places that I visited in the past couple of days, Death Valley, Bryce Canyon, and Zion, I think if you have to pick one, like I think it's Bryce Canyon. Okay, now I need to pee. So I'm gonna go to the visitor center to go pee. And then we have to figure out what we do for Super Bowl. Which restaurant do we go? Is there a bar close by, and where can we watch it a little bit just for the kicks of it? All right. Bye. Hi, friends. So we are leaving Bryce Canyon area and heading towards Bryce Canyon. We're gonna stay at Torrey tonight. We got a motel there. Gonna go to Torrey. So yeah, as I said before, I was gonna find a place to watch Super Bowl. Close by, I wasn't able to find a great place like a bar or a restaurant that had TV for Super Bowl. What I did instead is that the place that I was staying at, movies at the lobby, like the Super Bowl was on a big TV. So I just like sat there and watched the game, the first half at least, and it was pretty cool because people were pretty fun. There were other people watching the game as well. I grabbed food from the hotel's restaurant, and because the restaurant didn't have the TV, what I did is like there was a guy Axel, he helped me out. He said, "Oh, you can just get to go and like go to the lounge and then watch the game there, just enjoy it." And then he was being very nice. He even gave me access to salad bar. Normally my food, I got a burger, didn't even have salad bar privileges, but he knew that I wanted to watch the game and like he wanted me to have a great time. He's like, go grab like salad, but it's okay. And he even said, "Oh, grab an ice cream. Don't worry about it." I really appreciate the support. You knew I'd drive out to have a great time for Super Bowl. And yeah, I sat there. The first like quarter, I just watched it mostly by myself. There were other people watching as well, but I wasn't like communicating with other people as much. And there was a girl, gorgeous, beautiful looking girl. I sat across her, and then I was watching the TV. Then I thought, oh, maybe I could spark up some conversations later on. But a guy like her dad showed up and then said in between us as well. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'm not sure if that's her dad or if that's her husband or boyfriend. These days, you never know. Like you see a pretty go and they might be out with like some rich dude, especially like in these kind of like more traveled places where you know you never know. So I wasn't sure. I didn't make it move or anything, but I was watching the game, texting my friends, and trying to see if that guy believes so that I can spark a conversation that never happened. And then eventually, like they both left. And but there were like other people watching the game, as I said, and then some of them like wanted to turn the volume on because volume was down, and I appreciated that. I said thank you, and they were friendly, and they invited me to hang out with them, and we hang out for the next maybe like an hour and a half. We watched the second quarter together. It was these two old, not old, but like middle-aged women. They were college friends. Apparently, they like traveling a lot. They go to different national parks and use some of the money crossing the road, by the way. And they were telling me about like all the places they went. I was telling them about the trails I did, the things that I'm doing while I'm on this journey. Apparently, one of the woman's like son is also the same age as me, 98, born 27 years old, and he lives in San Francisco. He used to work at Tel Alta Networks, and now he's started a startup called David AI. And apparently, he's a cool guy. He rock climbs, like surfs. He loves skiing. So, she knew what kind of a life I was leading because from our son, and we got along well. The other woman was also very friendly. She would told me about her daughter. Her daughter was like apparently in a cruise for 3-4 months, and she's studying in the cruise, like basically like she's taking courses in this cruise, and this cruise is like going all over the world for 3-4 months. So these like very unconventional, crazy, interesting things she told about her daughter. Her daughter is in good college, so she's a little bit young. But yeah, so we hang out with them. We chatted. They were pretty friendly, and then other people joined us. Like there was another person who joined. Apparently, because this year, like the Super Bowl halftime show was a little bit debated because the artist is Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny doesn't sing English, and he's Puerto Rican. So there was a lot of controversy when it was revealed that Bad Bunny was going to be the artist for the Super Bowl halftime show. Some very conservative, let's make America great again, and just nationalist kind of people were like, oh, that we cannot have somebody who doesn't speak, like who doesn't sing English. So there were a lot of controversy. So apparently because of that, there's this group called Turning Point, and Turning Point is also making an alternative Super Bowl halftime show, apparently. And this other person's friend group, one was watching that Turning Point USA halftime show, and she was at a party, but she didn't want to watch that. She wanted to watch the regular halftime show instead. She didn't want to deal with all this politics and things. And then so she came over and watched in the lounge with us. And then two other people. Okay, before I go to the two other people, but it turned out that this person who's friends while watching the Turning Point version who came to the lobby. It turned out that she is the granddaughter of the Ruby, who had this lounge, like lodge place back in the day. Like imagine like how many years ago. She is great granddaughter of Ruby, and this place is called Ruby's Inn. And they have these like books of the family history and like the history of like this place in Bryce Canyon, because literally like right before the national park, this Ruby's Inn is there, and in the national park as well, like you learn about like the history of this museum, how like when they opened it up more for tourism, like that was established there. So it has a lot of history, and it's a pretty cool place. It's a really good setup. It has the Best Western name, but it's still owned by them. Um, and apparently, yeah, she's like there, like that's her family. Because I asked her, oh, like, cause she said, she works at the campground here, and I was like, oh wow, cool. Like, so did you grow up around here or like other parts and you moved here? And she was like, oh, I grew up here. And then she said, oh yeah, I'm great granddaughter. That was sick. It's like she is in this book at the lobby. Um, she her family photo is there. She's in the photos. Uh, so and then the two other middle-aged women that I have is like have conversations with wanted to increase the volume of the TV. She normally we were going to the reception lobby and then asking the people who work there to do that, but then this person was in the family, and she just grabbed the remote and like did everything herself, which was a cool move. Anyways, and then two other people also joined us having conversations. They were full adventurers as well. They had been to other national parks, Zion. They did the Narrows hike in Zion, and they've been going to other state parks around in the area as well. And apparently, it was their anniversary. I really like them. Everybody I like currently. These two like were pretty active. They just do full non-stop activities. Apparently, like from sunrise to sunset, every day when they're like traveling in these national state parks. It was cool to listen to everybody's adventures, what everybody did, and like what places they like, and yeah, it was great. Like when you go on adventures, like you meet these kind of other adventurous people, and you don't meet them every single day. Obviously, there are specific ways how you encounter them. There are specific ways how you meet them, but like during your travels, like this does happen as long as you're like willing to make conversations, willing to engage and initiate things, and yeah, like when you go on adventures, you meet other adventurous people. So if you're a person who's adventurous and you don't know, oh, like if I go on these adventures myself, what's gonna happen? I don't know. I'll just be bored. I'll be lonely. First of all, like you're not gonna be bored. It's gonna be an amazing. You're going on an adventure. There will be some lonely times, but like still the excitement of the adventure will make it up worth it. And there will be these kind of other times where you get to meet with other people who are like-minded like you. And even if you meet them just for one day, one night, that you might never see them in your life, it's still really nice to be able to connect that way, because you feel that you relate in a lot of ways. Like you respect them, they respect you, and everybody wants to have a good time. So it's a great feeling, and I love that. One of the things this very active couple said is that they did Zion National Park, they did stargazing, and these areas are like one of the best stargazing areas because like light pollution is very little, and they have like these international dark sky certificates. Some of these national parks, I believe Bryce also has, and Zion also has. So they said like you should definitely do stargaze up. And after I left the Super Bowl mid the of the third quarter, because that was my goal, watch the halftime show, and then typically that's what I do, unless I'm at my home, or unless the party is going crazy and I'm watching Super Bowl with friends, because football games are like so long, and unless that it's a very competitive game, typically like after the halftime, kind of know like which team is gonna win. And for this one, it was obvious that Seahawks was gonna win after the second half. And yeah, it was. I listened to them. They said you should do stargazing. and I just went into the Bryce Canyon National Park and back again. I went to Bryce Point. I parked my car around 8 p.m. or maybe like 7:30 p.m. It was 7:45. I walked up, like in the parking lot. My car was the only car park. I knew that I was just gonna be myself, and it was a little bit scary because it's dark, right? You don't get to see things, and like you feel, especially if you're not used to being in this kind of environment just by yourself. What can happen? What can go wrong? Like you can feel a little bit more conscious about yourself and around your surroundings. I had my flashlight, obviously, and I went to the Bryce Point, and then I did like stargazing, and it was so beautiful. Like I could see so many stars. I could see like the threads of the fluidity of the Milky Way. It was beautiful, amazing. But yeah, it was a little scary to some level, but after a while, I when I was looking at the stars, I didn't mind it. I was like, okay, I want to coming. And also, most of the time, like you should see it as distinct, as especially like these more protected national parks and things are not that dangerous. There could be wild animals, and you have to definitely pay attention. But the danger of these national parks, at least the wild animals are gonna bring you, is much less danger than any human being in like bigger cities can pose. Like, especially like if you live in San Francisco, there's like a lot of crime happening that you see on the streets, or other places, other cities, people stealing shit, people killing each other, especially in the US, like gun violence is very big. But in these areas, like there's nothing that can hurt you. Like the worst enemy of humans are the humans themselves. Literally, since there are no other humans, you're like safe. And most of the times, obviously, like you can meet a bear or you can meet a mountain lion. Those are like some exceptional cases that you should be mindful of, and you should know how to protect yourself. But in most of the times, like you're gonna be fine. Yeah. But it was lovely, like great nights. I was after the Peekaboo, like Navajo Trail hikes. I was pretty tired during the day, but drinking a lot of coffee, watching the Super Bowl with like these other people that I met, having good conversations, got me propelled and excited again. And I'm on my way towards Capitol Reef and the motel that I'll be staying at tonight. I'm pretty excited. I'm really enjoying this journey again, and for me, I really like the social aspects of things, and sometimes like these adventures that I go on, I get a little bit scared, as I said, if I'm not gonna be able to meet someone. But most of the time, I do happen. It's just a mind thing, because you're like more used to being surrounded by other people, and it feels more comforting to hang out with the people that you know. But eventually, once you go over and initiate conversations, like these kind of things happen, like they feel like really amazing, really great. As part of, and a couple of other things that I want to bring up is that I said I really love Bryce Canyon, and among like all three, I thought this was the best national park because of like the uniqueness of it. I still am aligned with that, but I heard from this active couple that they did the Narrows, and they said like Narrows was such a unique experience because like you go into the water and you're like doing this hike, and the Slot Canyon is like, and there is like very pretty, very beautiful. So I think Zion, I feel like I probably haven't been able to see the full potential of Zion because in Angel's Landing, they didn't give me the permit to do it, and the Narrows, I didn't have like a 1 full day to be able to do that, and so I think I will go back to Zion I feel there's like still quite things there I would want to do. I think I've seen everything in Bryce yet, so I've seen everything in that valley as well. But I think I would love to go back again, and I'm gonna maybe in time, like figure out some travel plan with friends, do those activities, and also figure out like the permit situation beforehand, before we make that travel. Hopefully next year, apply for the permits. Hope the fingers crossed we get it. Those are some of the things top of my head. And as you're seeing, I've been driving literally in the nothingness. And nice sky is so beautiful, so pretty. Oh man, this is the adventure. It's still safe. It's not that it's unsafe. Just gotta, now you're the miss. Just gotta be mindful. Just gotta be smart, and everything works out. And I'll say goodbye for now. It's a great Super Bowl that I will always remember, just like that Christmas evening that I remember from my first not first road trip, but like the biggest road trip I had, and 31 state road trip. The Athens, Georgia Christmas Eve was special. Different people that I met that day, and the day was also special. The Super Bowl, pretty happy, pretty slow. Let's go. Our adventures. Absolutely.